Hi gents, it's Ian Miles and I am back for yet another video for you today. So today I'm going to be talking to you about whether girls actually like anxious guys. Now this is basically covered in my new book too. Now guys, in case you missed it, I've released a brand new ebook and it's all about social anxiety. And in this very book, I talk about how to manage and how to cure anxiety when cold approaching beautiful women. So guys, do go ahead and grab yourself a copy of my ebook right now by clicking on the link in the video description right down below or by clicking on the card right above. So anyway, let's get talking about approach anxiety. Now we all know that being anxious is typical in many social situations, but people who are not worried at all when trying to make a connection with or a lasting first impression on a potential partner are more likely not genuine. I mean, look, we all hold first impressions in high regard and therefore it is reasonable to care about the kind of impact that you're making. Now also, when you're trying to break that ice so that you can kind of get your potential date to the same level that you're in, it is actually nerve-wracking. Like, I mean, at the same point, you'll be wondering whether the feeling of attraction is mutual or it isn't. However, for some reason, not everyone can keep this anxiety in check due to some biological or due to some psychological factors. Now, when this happens, it becomes an issue of social anxiety, which kind of manifests as just that. Or it can take other forms such as kind of dating aggression. Now, social anxiety therefore kind of inhibits one from enjoying that kind of love that they really deserve. Now, as a man who has struggled with social anxiety, I'm almost sure that if you've asked yourself on several occasions whether girls like men like you, well, in as much as it might be out of your control, the truth is that very few women will have the tolerance of being in a relationship with an anxious man. And also, as a man who struggled with anxiety, you know that experiences that kind of ought to bring you excitement and fun often end up causing you so much pressure and stress. Now, by stress, I mean that toxic kind, not the butterflies or not the curiosity kind of meeting a new potential partner. Instead, it is the kind of consuming type of pressure. It's the type that makes you lose focus of other important things like work, due to the worry of what they will say when she will text you back, or what she will be texting you about, or what would you then text back, and so on and so forth. Or in other words, thinking too far ahead even before the next immediate step happens. So being an anxious guy is like being enclosed in a tiny space with fear and anxiety and commitment when you are claustrophobic. And sitting back and watching things unfold or kind of going with the flow is not in your hands. And it is not something that kind of naturally comes to you. So passively waiting for that next step to happen is not something that you're comfortable with. And you stress every step of the way, whether it's, say, talking to a woman that you've just met and you're stressing too much and you're not talking to them enough, or whether the jokes you make are funny enough, or even when the hints of affection you initiate are kind of appropriate or enough. You have kind of poor socialization skills, and therefore flirting is something that gives you a lot of sleepless nights. And even making small casual talk while at big social events becomes utterly impossible, as you're busy worrying about how long you should stay there before it is kind of acceptable to leave. Now let's face it, all of this can be too overwhelming for any woman. And it is mainly because being in a relationship with such a person can be both emotionally and can be both psychologically really draining. I mean, she will need to be there to understand you and to calm you down and to really reassure you, all which is too much, mainly because there is more to life than just being available to a potential partner. And it is therefore not that the woman doesn't like anxious men, they would just prefer to be with a man who can kind of go with the flow and who doesn't really suffocate them with the worries of what could or what should be. So with that said, it is therefore clear that it is actually in your best interest to work on your anxiety issues and to kind of increase your chances with women. Now, anxiety not only inhibits you from putting yourself out there, but it kind of also prevents others from getting to know you. Lucky for you, however, thanks to my new book, you will be able to get a handle over your anxiety issues. Now, myself and the rest of the crew at Calmer Lifestyles have designed this ebook in such a way where you'll be equipped to deal with your social anxiety gradually and to kind of overcome it altogether, and eventually after interacting with it. So with this insight, you will learn how to live in the moment and how not to worry about a tomorrow that you're not sure you'll live to see. Now, you will also learn how to give other people chances while learning to trust them. Now, this way you will date them for long enough to find out whether they are what you want for yourself or not. Now, since this book has been developed and designed by myself and extracting many years of my experience, I have so much confidence in the kind of results that you will notice after you finish reading. Now, also, judging from the pilot study that we've done on the content of the book, we guarantee you 100% success during and at the end of the entire book. So in case you haven't done so already, click on the card right above so you can grab yourself a copy of my new book today. Now remember, not all is lost, and your fate as far as dating is concerned hasn't been sealed. Now you still have a chance to turn things round and ultimately your life round so that you can live a happy and a content life. Now remember, girls don't hate men who struggle with anxiety, no. They choose to kind of go for men who don't have social anxiety issues, and it is easier to be in a relationship with them. Therefore, focus on changing things up in your life by learning about your social anxiety and learning where it exactly stems from, after which you'll be better placed to deal with it. Now remember, at Calmer Lifestyles, we're all about taking you on a journey of training and of guidance such that you live a better quality life and as a better version of yourself. So in this case, we're all about helping you to treat your social anxiety from its root cause. Anyway guys, this is just a small snippet of what you can expect from my social anxiety book. Now as you can see, it will be an eye-opener for anyone struggling with approach and with social anxiety. And as I mentioned above guys, why not take that leap of faith and why not go and grab yourself a copy of my new book today? Now you can actually get yourself a copy by clicking on the link in the video description right down below, or by clicking on the card right above. Now guys, I have many more free videos for you coming really soon, so do stay tuned at Calmer TV. Now I'm Ian Miles and I'll see you next time.